Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas where we bring you stocks based on specific technical trade setups, all of which we're going to break down for you in just a moment. And as always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate our long ideas using their stock lists, and you can get access to those stock lists with a link down below in the description of this video. So I was running through all of our scans that we've built out for the market, and it's really a mixed bag today. There's stocks breaking down, there's stocks breaking out, and there's no clear direction. Typically, I base these videos on sort of the dominant direction where more results are coming in, where more promising results and scans are showing up. And when it's sort of a mixed bag like it is today, I looked through our consolidation scans and stocks that are basically moving sideways and setting up, and figured that that was most appropriate for this market environment. We can see just loosely here on the S&P 500, we're very range bound and sort of volatile in here, and that's been the case now since basically, mid-November. Obviously, it depends on which index you want to use, and some individual stocks are doing a lot better or a lot worse than this. But broadly speaking here, you can see we've just got this consolidation going on. We've got this rebound back into the middle of this range, and it's a bit of a wait and see mode, and it is a stock picker's market for sure. So that's really the landscape there. And we talk a lot more about that on Friday's video. So let's jump into four names. We've just got four stocks that we're looking at today. The first is Ssys, and this one here is hitting our Bollinger Band squeeze scan. So this is a TC2000 scan that we've developed that essentially is looking for the tight periods here in the Bollinger Bands, and you can see it if I throw these on right now, and I think this scan is actually using the standard 2 and 20. You can see if you look at the width of these bands right now, it's basically the tightest that they've been, going all the way back to maybe October. It looks maybe a little bit tighter than this, but certainly in the last few months we've got this nice kind of tight bands coming together, and that's what this scan is looking for. It looks for that type of volatility compression, because we know in markets that volatility compression leads to volatility expansion. And so if we take these off here, we just look at the setup pretty purely, you can see just generally here it's been very, kind of sideways for lots of last year. It had this big move up to 40, and then it came, with a 40-50% correction back down to the lower 20s, and it does seem like there's some accumulation going on here in the lower 20s. So it's very simply here, as a sort of a trade idea, is this is the tight range, and these are the highs up here. And there's two ways to play this. If you think we're going to be in a range-bound market, if you think this particular stock is going to be in a range-bound market, then consolidations are good for option sellers and traders that want to be sort of contrarian and mean reversion when the stock gets up towards highs, or lows. So you'd be either a seller at highs, a buyer at lows, you're playing for small little flips, or you're selling credit spreads or options. Again, this is all specific to how you want to implement and execute on this trade. And then obviously, if you're on the momentum side, if you like playing breakouts, then you're looking for that change of character, and you're looking for the strong, convincing move over, say, 25.60 or below 22.30. And so that is a particular momentum style trade that you could also execute on with this trade idea. So those are really the different ways you can play this, and the other stocks we're going to talk about today all sort of fit in that same category. So Ssys could be a breakout, could be a breakdown, could play the range, lots of options here, but the levels are pretty clear, and we've got that volatility compression. If we take a look at FCFS, this is in the financial services sector. If we zoom out here, you can see, again, pretty messy and mixed overall. Hasn't gone too too far in terms of a trending basis over the past couple of years. But obviously, if you look back over the past month, you've had a pretty big move. In the past 3 months, you've had a very large move. So we saw basically in November down to December a 35% move to the downside. You saw some stabilization down here, and then you saw a 20% rally off of the lows. And now when we take a look here, this is hitting our ultimate consolidation scan. By the way, all of these scans are available on our website. Head to thetraderisk.com. In the TC2000 or store section, you can see all these scans. This one's called our ultimate consolidation, and it's just looking at the past week or so. It's our short-term consolidation, and it's looking for just this overlap, tight range, going sideways, going nowhere, but we can see that it's in the context of a strong impulse move to the upside. And so if you're bullish on this name, then obviously, you're looking for this to be some type of continuation pattern, and again, playing that breakout potential to the upside. Let's go to something a little bit longer here, which is WOW. This is again hitting our ultimate consolidation scan, but this is on the longer term basis. So what this one's looking for is essentially the last multiple months of movement. And so you can see it right in here. The stock has gone nowhere since August of last year. You can really dial it back even further, but essentially just staying very close to around $20 is basically the average here over the past several months. You can see it's just developed this nice range, good base here. Zoom out. This is a stock that is now trending back up towards all-time highs, and again, you've got this potential accumulation phase here that you could look for, longer term kind of trend follow breakout type of name, and that's something for the longer time frame folks. Last but not least is BC. Again, longer time frame consolidation here. This is looking back several months and noting the very sideways lack of trend. You can see it's all again kind of moving sideways here around $97 to $100. That's where the stock has been hugging, and again, it's not ready just yet, but you've got this nice sideways base that's developed. You've got a stock that's trading at all-time highs. This turns into a nice big long-term consolidation continuation pattern. Then you've got this nice potential breakout trend following kind of play here over a multiple month potential time horizon. So that is the trade ideas for today, all consolidations in different time frames. We've got the very, very short time frame like the SSYS and frankly the FCFS, and then you've got the longer term things like WOW and BC. Again, please do your homework on these names, make them your own. Hopefully they fit your strategy and outlook. Again, you can learn more about those scans on our website. You can learn more about IBD, our sponsor of this video, in the description below. And thanks as always for tuning in every Wednesday. Different technical trade ideas just like this. That's what we do here. And hopefully you're having a good trading session today. So we'll see you back here on Friday for the long form market analysis video. Take care.